Hey there, everybody. How you doing? John's in the house, I think. Good to see you. I just bit down on something and my tooth hurt my tooth. Anyway, it's good to see y'all. What happened? Oh, it changed. Okay, gotcha. Hey, good to see you. You had a good day, man? I don't know if I've shown you this. I might have. I showed you this, didn't I? Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. I had to work during my planning, but there's a meeting I had to go to. But other than, I mean, it was a pretty good day though. Thanks for asking. Uh, okay, yeah, thanks. Um, well, well, that up and show it if you don't know what it looks like. I mean, are y'all familiar with what the Manassas train station looks like in Virginia? I believe it's Virginia. Um, it looks really cool. This is just a super. This is just a real small version, so it's like a mini train depot. But I want to do the big one too. Let's see, we got. We're not talking about having any kind of bad problem, but hey, Dwight, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Thank you for coming and joining us. Um, I got this to work on here, and I also got airbrushing. I could change the scene over to do, but probably gonna be working on this. Um, I got one of my I got a Z scale Uleries to do, and I got to airbrush the walls on it. You been doing good, Dwight? I appreciate you coming. And let us know how you been, Mr. Kyle. Dwight, you're going live, aren't you? I think it might be when I'm at work, but I think you might be going live. Hey, Antoine, good to see you. Thank you for joining us this evening. And Norman, great to have Norman in the house. Always great to have Norman in the house. Yeah. Um, oh, it's Sunday. Okay. Well, no, I'm not. And AJ's here, and sometimes we watch. Um, we've been leading up to the soccer season getting started. We've been doing pretty busy. Okay. Is it West Virginia, Kyle, that it's in, or is it in Virginia? So I found these train tracks in Tinkercad, and I was playing around with them just for fun. But it's good for pictures like thumbnails and stuff. No, we don't thank you for you can mention that because it's a rule on here. We don't do politics or religion. We talk about we like to talk about trains. That's what we really like to talk about. Um, Preferably model trains, but any trains will do. I keep looking. I'm not looking at the camera because I'm watching the chat on the TV, which is really convenient, actually. Except for the fact that I keep wanting to look at the chat instead of looking at the camera. But yeah, no, I think it's fun to learn how to do Tinkercad if you're a model railroader too, because 3D printing is only evolving and getting less expensive and easier to do. And I think that because of that, um, you know, I think modelers would end up saving a lot of money. I wonder why the chat disappeared. Um, the chat on my TV disappeared, I think. But anyway, I feel like model railroaders will save a lot of money. Oh, I see why it disappeared. I don't like that feature. See, Norman, I connected the TV to the phone or whatever, so I can chat here. There we go. Okay. But the thing is, I guess my phone will time out is the problem. And so my TV wouldn't time out if it wasn't connected. So that could have caused issues, but maybe not. I'll just have to touch the phone every once in a while if I think about it. Um, but anyway, the once somebody chats, the chat pops back up. Anyway, so it's all good, not a big deal. Um, but so anyway, what I was saying is, I felt like uh, the majority of my subscribers are model railroad people, but not Tinkercad people. But I mean, I do feel like the, the closer we get, um, you know, as 3D printing evolves, gets less expensive and things like that, I think that more people will be in this hobby, will be kind of merging these two hobbies some. I'm not saying that, the wood kits and, styrene scratch builds and stuff like that, um, that it would replace it or be any better than that. But I do think that it's already making its way into the hobby more and more. I mean, every time I watch 4 or 5 videos, it seems like somebody new, or watch a live stream. Well, that's what happens when I watch live streams. A lot of times I'll see in the chat that somebody new's got a 3D printer and somebody else has got a 3D printer that I didn't know had one. It's like anytime I go into a live stream, I see new people are getting them. And so you could either buy models, all right, which then you're going to get the same stuff as everybody else, just like everybody else. And I mean, I have no problem with if you buy mine, but but I feel like a lot of people that we know in this community that are model railroaders are into it enough where they would like to probably design their own stuff sometimes. And if they do decide that they want to design their own stuff, then they're going to learn how to need to learn how to do Tinkercad. And I hope maybe they'll use me as a resource. And so one of the things I was doing is I was doing these in video form, and that was like work. And I wasn't on here talking to anybody. um I would shoot the video and it was like kind of like work, and then I would edit the video, which is like work. And so I just wasn't real. I really really like that I've got those in video format in HD up there, and I do think that in time those videos will get views. But it's just so much more fun to do it this way, I think. And get a chance after I've been at work all day for sure to have somebody to visit with, have some people to visit with and talk and things like that. And so Kyle said, yeah, and the doing the cars and things like that. I don't know if John has a really cool project going on right now. Do they know about that, John? I don't know if you publicized that much. So I didn't want to say anything, but he's got a really cool project along those lines. But my point is um, structures are definitely a good way to get started because um, the more sound geometrically and that kind of thing, easier to print because of that. and not that the others are hard, but um, designing something like a car or something like that. Oh yeah. All right. Well, that's I'm glad I checked because I wasn't sure. Um, John's doing a super cool project right now. And it's a vehicle. I'll just say that because I'll let him be able to reveal that. But he's he's doing a vehicle, and it's awesome too. But you know, um, the vehicle he's doing is kind of I would say it's sort of a little bit of a boxy vehicle, so but it definitely is still extremely challenging. But that's where you get the challenge, the contours. You know, doing the contours and things like that is where you get into a challenge. And also, the more that you do, the more you get into a situation where you could be getting things that are harder to 3D print, or are a little more technical to 3D print, or could require supports and things like that. Um, but um, you know, I would think that anybody that gets a 3D printer, unless you just want to, okay, well, I would imagine the way you're talking that it came out really well, and that it does need a little tweaking to make you happy, but I would imagine it came out really clean. And so that's good to hear. I mean, the design looked sound. So, did you do, I can ask this, did you do wheels off and or on? I can't remember what you said. But yeah, I think that okay. Um I feel like you might have some people asking you to if you could make one of them for their layout. That's something that um almost everybody needs, and very few people have, if any. Or I mean, I do think maybe I've seen something similar to that. Maybe on Drew's layout. I think he's got that somewhere, or at least a person. Maybe he's got a person. You know what I mean? Because it does seem like I've seen one, and you know, when it comes to like Drew and a few people like Ray and stuff like that, we did those layout tours, and we looked pretty deep at some of those layouts. So when we were doing the community roundhouses. So um anyway, without further ado, we can kind of get to begin to work on this. I've got a little cheat sheet over here that helps me with my my math and my measurements and all that. I was gonna put I wasn't gonna show this in the beginning, but I decided that it'd probably be better, especially if I wanted to, you know, just hang out and chat with y'all a bit, to at least have something nice up there that you could see. Um, yeah, but I think he's got a guy that has a bag and parcels and all that stuff. I believe so, the uniform and like everything. So and maybe that's what I was thinking, but no, I don't think I've seen it, which and it's definitely not that way. Um, but you know what else? I don't see a lot of boxes either. And maybe that's because of size or anything, but I don't have any on mine now that I think about it. So, all right, well, let's get this stuff out of the way so we can. We're 14 minutes in, so we might want to start building. I can I could probably do this pretty quick if all my everything I wrote down is accurate, which that could be a whole nother ball game. But I did try to organize it to the best of my ability, and it's on a spreadsheet and stuff like that. It is my handwriting, which is the problem. That could cause us some trouble right there. So what we're going to do is, this is just like a mini train depot, a model of Manassas Station. I'm going to actually do a replica of what the real one looks like, probably in scale, and I might even have to do it in Z scale, and it's still gonna stick way out. So it's much longer. It'd probably be like this, where my cursor is now. It'd probably be down to here if I was doing the real one. And the problem with that is trying to show kind of people who are new to Tinkercad how to cut up the model that much and that many times and in that many pieces. And you got to do some extra supports and things like that if you have more than one dovetail joint at a time. What I actually do most of the time is I have interior walls in there that prevent the need for that, for any more than two being joined. So we're going to start out with the base as always. And so we're going to make a rectangular base that is 180 by 124 by 3 in the millimeters. And so if I do this, my stuff comes back, and we'll change our color. And 180. 3. And if any of you guys already use Tinkercad and you see me doing something repetitively, that you have a better way to do it, please tell me. I am not above learning from anyone. Well, I think a few of y'all mess around with it. Dwight, you mess around with Dwight if you're still there. You mess around with Tinkercad a good bit, huh? I mean, you're pretty good at it, I think, unless I'm mistaken. Because you do cars and stuff. I just thought about that. Don't you do cars and stuff? I know I've seen videos of you printing cars. No. Okay. But you print stuff, right? Alright. And now we need the building. And the building is 174 by 80 by 40 by 2. Okay, I understand. And so we're going to bring what is going to be the body of the building, and it is 174. I wish I was able to have like little text up on the screen when I typed. That would be really cool. 174 by 80. StreamYard was asking for ways to improve, but I think they're talking about for people that pay, so that's not really going to help me. By 40. And I'm going to elevate it 2. As usual. And what I'm finding is that we're going to hollow this out. And what I'm finding is that, so I duplicate, I turn the new one to a hole, and then I work my way around the black dots on the outside to change uniformly. I think you could do it a quicker way, Um, I think I'm going to go 3 around. That way it can be rescaled. 77, 171. If you're HO scale, I would do this 2 everywhere, maybe 2.5. And 3 would be 168. Come here, lift up, here and here. And then I hold shift and I want to click only the house, not the base, because I don't want to cut any of the base. And I group. All right. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go to search and I'm going to do bricks. And I don't think I got the one I wanted. Brick. There we go. And this is called brick wall. And I'm going to bring it in. And so what I'm going to do is kind of going to shrink this to the size of the let's get it to the about the right height. And so now what I want to do is I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to use my arrows to bring it this way till it stops at a clean looking place. And then I'm going to duplicate it again and again. All right. I'm going to select each and I'm going to group. Now I'm going to turn it to a hole. And I'm going to put it right up there. Get a good view. And what I want to do is I'm going to change my snap grid down here to 0.25 because I want this to go in a 0.5 millimeter. So it's touching and I go 1, 2. Okay. So we're in there a 0.5 millimeter. And I'm going to move it right because I didn't get it. I almost didn't do enough, did I? All right. Now I will duplicate and use my arrow to move this over to the other side and do the same thing. All right. Back it off. All right. It's touching 1, 2. I don't want them real deep. I just want to be able to, I want them to be seen. And we will, I'll click off, click again, duplicate. I'm going to bring this way. And we'll spin it 90. Yeah, Dwight, I was thinking maybe you were designing those cars you were printing, and that would have been real good. I would have felt silly trying to act like I was teaching you something sometime. 1, 2, we're in there. We'll duplicate it, move it over. Uh-oh. Mm. All right. I feel like that one didn't go in as far. All right. And what I want to do is just select the body because I don't want to cut anything to do with the base down there. And then I group. We'll see how this looks. We might need to go back and push them in further. Probably should have checked. Yep, I should have. So we will undo. And let's go in twice more. Uh-oh, I hit the wrong button. I'm going to take it all the way out again. Okay. There. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see how that looks before we move on. It's better. Let's see. I used different. I know I did. I must have used a different brick wall there. Look, that's different. I knew that wasn't looking right. Dang it. All right. Let's see. Can we make this work? I don't know. I'm going to do an undo and undo. And let's move this stuff out of here for a second. Let's see if we can make this work. You think if I shrink them down, John? What is this? Hold on. Let me see. So yeah, um, what I'm gonna try to do is, I guess I could go see if I can find my right bricks. It'd probably be the best thing to do. I didn't write that down, dummy. Nope, I don't think so. Here it is. All right. Yeah, that's better. All right. I've used those before, but not on this project, and I didn't like the way that looked at all. All right, so sorry for the rewind. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this works. Let's go make sure. Yeah, all right. And so when I put that in there, I get this. Ah, yes. Okay. We'll undo and redo what we did before. So we're going to duplicate, move over. And if you are curious, I shouldn't have done that, Brian. Here, let's shift and do this again. Um, some of the movements, and when I say click duplicate and things like that, I do have some videos that show how to do all that stuff. Really simple stuff from the beginning if you were wanting to do that. Because if you've got a 3D printer, um, you should play around with making your own stuff. It's just kind of cool. Um, you know, we're modelers. We like to see our finished product, and it's just another form of that. It's kind of like, I guess, Nissy called it scratch printing one time when you design it yourself. Um, let's see. I've got it in two. Let's see if that's enough. Yeah, it is. And so once we know we're okay with it, we group it, duplicate it, and move it around. Almost back to where I messed up. Uh-oh. Undo is your friend. Yeah, 1, 2. I assume if I would learn the hotkeys, I would probably save some time. Oh, that's cool, Dwight. That's really cool. I have a neighbor who has a saltwater aquarium, and he has like all the coral and all that stuff too. And I printed him a little thing to go in his aquarium so he could test the coral to make sure it lived before he secured it to the rest of the coral or whatever. And so there we go. I'm going to change the color of this to that because we're about to have an orange roof. This is supposed to be at 2. I'm not sure why I put it at 2 and not 3, but I'm going to follow the notes. All right. The roof is tricky. If you remember, looking over here, that wasn't super simple to make. And so, you see though, I got little places for the beams to fit there. And so we'll do all that. And so this, like I said, this part right here is a little bit challenging. Um, so we'll see how I do. I need a pyramid that is 190 by 95 by 24. 190. So let's go to basic shapes, pyramid, and we're doing these in orange. And what was it? 190, 95, 24. By 24. All right. So that's part of it. Now we have to go get a roof, and it should be 132 by 82 by 30. Roof. I'm going to leave it green for a minute, but I'm pretty sure. Uh-oh. All right. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to do it this way. And then we need it, what, 132 by 82. Um, by 30. All right. Now, this is supposed to be up 1. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 1 higher than that. And then, I think I do this. Hee hee. Yeah. All right. Now, we will go ahead and change the color now to orange. We will group these two together. Now we got to cut it out. See? We got to cut that piece. And so let's see exactly how. All right. So I got to bring this up to 42. All right. And then we will 80 by 50 by 40. We need this and 80 by 50 by 40. All right. Now, says I need to rotate it. No, I think it's 22.5. Yeah, that's it. And then my elevation should be uh-oh. Don't want to do that right now. I'm going to drop this. And I might have done this backwards. Yeah, because my elevation should be 50. No, that's not right. Well, it is. I need to move the model, the rectangle, till it matches. All right. There we go. No, no, I'm gonna. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo this because I didn't do that very well. And I want to re-show y'all what to do. I didn't notate how far I'm supposed to do a rotation here. And I can't tell. I might have done. You think that's 45 instead of 22.5? That's probably what I did wrong. Maybe. Let's see. What did we say? This was 80. And this was 50. And then 40. And then it's telling me the elevation is 50. I'm going to do the elevation here at 50. Hey, Dave BNSF, it's good to see you, man. Thank you for joining us. We're glad to have you here. It's great to see you, dude. So I did have this right in the first place. And so what I needed to do was 80 by 50 and yeah, 80 by 50 by 40. Then I brought it up, uh, tilted it 45 degrees. All right. Now it should be at 50 in elevation. Then you can use the arrows and it should come in and work right this time. And I believe it did. Thank goodness. All right. I just didn't write, but whether it was 45 or 22.5 there. And thank you, John. Smash that thumbs up if you please, if you're inclined, if you feel that way. And let's do a duplicate, and we're going to do a mirror this way. Then we'll use our arrows. And now we've got our, because we've already got our elevation and everything set. So now we just need to get it over here in the right place. And then we can do that other cut. Now, what will come another time is how to actually put some shingles or tiles or something on this shape, a shape like this that is has multi-faced shape. And so what I want to do now is I'm gonna kind of start grouping a few things. I want to get all this lined up properly. And so this needs to be here. And then we can't use that for this. So I just needed it centered. I just want a little ledge back there, not much. Now, I'm going to do this and this because I want to use my align tool again. And so I got to group these together for a minute. Then I'll change it back to multicolor so I know the difference. And now I can align this shape and this shape. And I can, again, do this like this. And then I'm going to do this one manually for now because I don't want to go ungroup again. But this should mean here and here, here. No, we weren't right. There we go. Now we're centered. Okay. And we can ungroup. And so now we're where we need to be. We can actually even do, if we wanted to go ahead and make sure that now that we ungrouped, we could do this and make sure we're good there. All right. And now we're going to do the bottom roof piece, which is this piece here, because this piece here, it's going to overhang as well. That way we can print it in one piece. And this is going to thicken up this base because it is very, very difficult to print something that comes to this thin of a point and keep it real true all the way around. And especially when you're pulling it off the deck and all that other stuff. I mean, you know, it can be done, but it's just tough. And so what I like to do is to give it, because this is going to be laying flat. And so what I like to do is give it a little bit of base, so it stays more true. Um, during printing, after printing, when you're assembling the model, um, a year and a half down the road, those kind of things. And so 192, 194 by 2.5. Make this white. 192. Oh, wait, 190. That should have been 190 by 82. This phone's killing me, timing out. Oh, Dave. Yeah. I'm sure you got plenty of people in the community that could get you that far. Um, but we can all help. Yeah. I had no idea somebody so proficient at small engines and everything. And pretty much everything I know about you, you're good at. What did I say? 190 by 124 by 2.5. And then we need to go up to 41. And we're going to go up to 41. All right. Now. Oh, I didn't. What did I not do? Something's not. Oh, wait. Something I didn't do something right. Bottom roof. Oh, I didn't look at the. There we go. Makes more sense. Here, here. And now I'm going to do an alignment back here, like so. And there we go. Go ahead and group it. Yeah, you sure can. I keep having to touch my screen. Oh, you know what, you big dummy. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, you know, sometimes you know other things and don't have time to learn all that stuff either. And then patience is required, especially at the beginning of learning anything. And then technology, um, the way technology acts right sometimes and not others makes it even worse because sometimes you can be doing the right thing and it's not working. So, all right, so we got the roof. Um, that went okay. And we're going to do a cutout, it looks like, for the door and the door frame and the doors themselves. And then we will do, yeah, and then we'll do ticket window, the ticket window frame, ticket window cutouts, all that stuff. Then we have regular windows we're going to be doing. So it looks like how we'll be doing this is we're doing this guy first, then we'll be doing this guy, and then I think we do the windows on both sides and then the doors on both sides, and then we come back and we're going to do the beams here, and then we will do the benches. So yeah, we won't be finishing this evening because I worked all day. So yeah. Um, yeah, well, if you got a laptop, that's a starting point. So I wish I had the energy to airbrush, but because I'd kind of pause this at some point and go over an airbrush, but I got to mix the paint and all that stuff too. So, and the airbrush isn't even together, but it's super clean though. I cleaned it good. It was nasty too. Um, I I'll keep it. Um, I'll keep alcohol and water in it for a little while. Over the course of a weekend if I know I'm going to be using it a lot, and then by the end of the weekend, it's nasty. So the doors aren't really exciting. I'm not um too enthused about doing them, but I'm going to be doing it. Okay, and it's going to be 3. All right, and I put this off center a little, but not much. And so what I'm doing is, I'll wait till we don't see it. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do 2. What I'm doing is I'm making a little bitty cutout um, that will hold. It's a little seat, and what this will do is, if we get in here, you can see it gives me a little place to glue my door frame in that I'm getting ready to make. And so, particularly like if you don't have it together yet and you glue the door frames on, you flip this on its back, that thing will stay in there. You just put a little glue on there, set it in there, and walk off. Um, so basically, it's a guide. Not only that, it's a seat. It holds it and it keeps it in place too. Um, I could make it a little deeper and tweak the models really close and carefully where they would snap in, but with different humidity levels and different, different, if I use a different printer, one's going to snap in better than the other because I use a couple different kinds of printers sometimes. So I mean, they're both enders, but still, they one of them don't act like the other one at all. Matter of fact, it's not working. One of them's not working good, and got to do a little work on it. It's thin, printing thin. So I might need to change a Bowden tube or something like that. All right. Next, we're going to actually do the, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, we're going to actually do the frame. The frame's 29 by 29 by 2, up, and it's up 3. And so what I do is if I do the seat at 30 by 30, I'll usually do the frame at 29 by 29. And my 2 doors, because this is going to be a double door, my 2 doors together will be about 28, 28, and so I try to leave 1 millimeter around everywhere for these, just so um, it's not oversized. So I will bring this in, and I need a 29 by 29. And width is 2. We're going to raise it 3. I'm making mine green. And it sits right there. Now, okay. Another transparent. We're going to cut out the place in the door frame to hold the actual doors. So just like we did a cutout in the wall to hold the door frame, now we're going to do a cutout in the door frame to hold the doors themselves. And so it is, looks like 25 by 27. So 27 here by 25 tall. And we're going to bring it up to 3. Because we don't want anything at the bottom. And so all I want to do is use my arrows. Uh-oh, I went in too far. Somebody streams at 8, right? Meaning an hour from now. And we'll move here. Make sure we got a little space. I'm gonna back out. Touching 1, 2, shifting here. All right, there we go. And so now I'm going to have double doors here with handles on the insides, but we've got a seat for those. You see? Place for those to be held. And so the doors, they'll be duplicated, and there's 2 of them. They're 12 by 25 by 2. And I'm actually going to do them, let's say 12. This is 2. And we'll say 24. And up 3. Cab Crew Wednesday. Cab Crew Wednesday, is that Trackside Mike and Dundas, or is that a different day? Did I get that confused? And I'm gonna make this black. Yeah, I could do it orange. Orange would look good. I think I did on that other way too. All right, and let's get a door handle here, and 1.5, 1.5. Change it to silver. Here we'll go 2. We'll spin it. And we'll place it. Looks about right to me. We'll group them. Change to multicolor. Now we'll duplicate C and we will mirror. That way we only have to do it once because we're lazy sometimes, right? There we go. Here. Here. And there. All right. Now, what did I do those with? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I can see with the chat. I wish the chat was a little bigger on my TV. I don't know how to bloat it up though, but I can see it kind of. So I got a window. Door windows are 7 by 7 and they're 20 up. So we're gonna make windows for the doors, and they're 7 by 7 with an elevation of 20. We'll come here. I'm gonna bring it down. here. And I'm going to duplicate it and bring it over. Now, I've got to go through the door frame, and the brick wall. So I click this and I do duplicate, duplicate. There's 3 of them there one time. Now, I don't want them all grouped, so I'm just going to go see if I do it all at once, it's going to group them all together. And I don't want them all grouped, so I did it in triplicate. And now I'm going to hold shift and I'm going to do the door group. You know what? I should have done that first. Here in the green thing, the door frame, and now here in the wall there. Now you can see in there. I say you can. Hold on. I want to make sure we can. Something's grouped I didn't mean to. So we want to ungroup. Okay. Why is this grouped? I didn't want that group. Now let's bring this back where it belongs. Get these out of here for now. All right, we'll duplicate it, mirror it, bring this one over. And now, let's get these back where they belong, here. All right, and duplicate. Now I click this one and that, and this one and this. Now we can see in there. All right, here, duplicate. I click the door frame and then I click the wall. There we go. Now we can see in, and that extra door is in there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move it over here because I'm going to use it later. All right. I'm thrifty too. All right, now my stuff all got jacked up. So we're going to go here, 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 and group. Now all this is together. So I can go here and here and align, and I can get everything back where it belongs. I just want to make sure this and this are centered. All right. Now I do this and this and I group it because I want to make sure that this and this are centered. All right. Now I can ungroup when I need to. Next, we're going to do the ticket window. And the ticket window is 15 by 15 and it's up 15. And so I'm going to bring this here. 15, enter. 15, enter. Let's see. All right. Yeah, welcome up North Knowledge. Good to have you here with us. You're learning Tinkercad from a new 3D printers. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah. Hey, Antoine. Yeah, Antoine, you're right. It does kind of look like one of those. As a matter of fact, I'm hungry too, but I'm gonna stream a little while longer. But the top of that looks exactly like the hut. Let me see if I can I don't know what'll happen over here. Let's see. Didn't want to do that for sure. Let's see if we can get a decent picture of it. No, it's not going to cooperate. I didn't realize I picked a Facebook thing. Here, this one might do it. Where is this? TripAdvisor? Probably not, but let's see. No. Shoot. Um, Maybe this one will do it. That was it a long time ago. It's bigger now. There it is. There's a good example of this side. Now, see the other one is substantially longer than what we're doing this one, and it's got the other stuff up front. Let me see if I can. These things and stuff up front, and that was just going to take a really long time. And this stuff right here, some of it would have been difficult to do. So I figured I would do a bigger one later. Um, all right, we're back to here, 15 by 15, but um, and then we're up 15. This one's not so tough to do. I just want to make sure it's kind of where I want it. Let me see. I think I did it a little further over last time. All right. We will hold shift and click the wall and group. All right. Because that was the ticket window. And now we want to do a cutout for the ticket window frame. And so we're going to be going to a transparent one that's going to be 17 by 17. Because our window is 15 by 15, okay? And so, and so our cutout for the frame around the window needs to be 2 more than that everywhere. So we made it 17 by 17. Then we're going to come in and we'll do a frame that is 16 by 16. If I'm not mistaken, that would make sense. We do this, and are we pretty even? I think so. And so we're making a place for our window frame to fit in. Okay. Now, let's see if I was actually right. Yep, 16 by 16 is the frame. And it's too wide. So we're going to make another frame. 16, 16, and by 2, and make this green. All right. Oh, wait. I messed up. Back up. Undo, 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 undo. Uh-oh. This is supposed to be a different size. All right. The ticket, the window cutout. Oh, okay. 15, 15, 17, 17. Frame 16, 16. Oh, I see. I got you. I apologize. And we'll go back to here then. Wonder what we did wrong there. All right, here and here. This is right. I say that. No, it wasn't. This is the 17 by 17. Yeah. All right. Ticket window frame. All right. So what we want to do is just make the seat here that's 17 by 17 again. And then we want to do the 16 by 16. By 16 by 2. And we'll pick this up. And what we want to do is duplicate this. We want to turn it to a transparent. Um, I'm actually going to undo back there. I'm going to drop it. I'm going to spin it because we need to cut the frame out. I don't want to do it with just a cutout. I can make sure that it's closer to right this way. All right, so I want to first, I'm going to do duplicate, transform, and here and here and here. Uh-oh, wrong thing. Here, here, here. Not cooperating. It says 16. And enter. And so we'll go here. Now we got it. There and here. And here and here. And here and here. And this is the frame that will go here. And I'm going to put a little bar there and like a place where they can rest their hands or arms or whatever. And I'm actually going to go ahead and thank y'all for coming tonight and go ahead and stop. I worked today and I haven't had anything to eat, and so I'm hungry and I'm getting tired. And I also wanted to come over here and check a few things. I make sure I did have this window right. It does look like I'm doing it right. I just need to put the bar at the bottom, and then we'll proceed on. And so, what I'll hope to do is, I hope to see each and every one of y'all this week, next week on Wednesday, if you're able to come. And I got to thank Antoine for coming out again. And John, thank you for being here. Dwight, appreciate you. Um, Dave, BNSF, thanks for coming. Up North Knowledge, thank you for coming for the first one. I hope you come back. Listen, Up North, if you're still listening, I've got a playlist in on my channel that starts from Tinkercad in the beginning, and it does some really simple stuff, and it starts to work its way up to this stuff we're doing now. You might already be able to do this stuff yourself, pretty pretty well yourself without needing any help. But if I don't know exactly what your abilities are with Tinkercad at this point, but if you're a beginner level, and hey, AJ's Trains, thanks, man. If you're a beginner level, I do recommend you check out my Tinkercad playlist, because it starts way at the beginning, maybe even way too simple for you, but you can go and work there. It starts with just a tutorial and a super simple cabin, and then you do a signal house, and no, a switchman shanty, and then we do a signal house, and then we do a gambrel barn, and then we're doing this. So thank you for coming, though. Up is it Up North Knowledge? Yeah, appreciate you, man. And again, I just saw AJ's Trains is in here. I think I saw that. um yeah, it says it up there, but it's, yeah, there it is. AJ's Trains, HON. Good to see you, AJ, man. Um, and let's see. Dwight was here. Like I said, Dave BNSF was here. Thank you very much. Norman was in the house. And from the beginning, John was here, of course. Kyle was in at the beginning. I think he might still be around. We always good to see Norman again. And each and every one of you, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming. And I am going to try to do this each week at this time. And I won't necessarily always be doing this exact stuff, because that might get a little boring. I do have things that thank you, John, I appreciate that. I do have other things with I can do assemblies, and I can do airbrushing, and I think I might do I might save the trains for a weekend streams or something like that, but we'll just have to see. But anyway, I am enjoying coming in every once in a while and visiting with y'all, getting to catch up, see people like Dave and Norman that I don't get to see all the time. Kyle, I got to see as well. Dwight, we got to say hello to him, and we learn a little bit more about each other when we talk about each other and things. So y'all feel free to publicize your channel, your videos in chat all you want. If it gets to be a real problem, we'd let you know. But otherwise, we appreciate you being here. So let us know what you're doing. I'm thinking about a 3D printer, but not the filament one, but the okay, yeah. So you want a resin one, and there are some really good ones out there that are not very expensive. Um, Elegoo makes a pretty good one. I'm not super experienced doing resin. I have been dipping my toe into. I'm trying to learn how to do it, as a matter of fact, myself. And so I am working on all those aspects. It is very different than filament. Um, I would not only have the resin printer myself, but that's just me. I do like that I'm gonna be able to hopefully one day learn how to use one and be able to use one when I need it for certain applications. But there are many applications that I wouldn't really want to do in resin. But now they're making the build plates on the resin things, so on the resin printers, so big on some of them now, you can get a big old build plate, and so they're not as limited, and so one of the things about filament is, of course, you can do a lot bigger models and a lot bigger things. Um, they usually not necessarily faster either, but just depends. A lot of times resin's faster, I think. And so anyway, I'm gonna go get me something to eat. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for stopping in, AJ. I love you. Have a good evening. Hold on before I go. We'll see what you say. Um, I got you. I understand. So you're liking it, Dwight. That's good to hear. I'll be honest with you. I really don't, but I'm pretty familiar with. I got pretty used to using the filament, so it's different, and it's something to get used to. But I really appreciate y'all for coming out. If you're watching the replay, thank you very much. I do have a Tinkercad playlist if you are into Tinkercad. Check it out. John put a link in the chat. Um, Thank you all for coming. Have a good evening. Y'all take care. See you next week. Bye bye.